Hello and welcome to TTV. We are here today with Mr. Rakesh Makkar, the Deputy CEO of National Finance. And before we get into it, Mr. Makkar, thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure, and thank you, Antara, for getting me on the show. And greetings to all the viewers. Thank you.
So today we're talking about the company's take on innovation, sustainability, and also its contribution to socio-economic growth.
Absolutely.
But before we get into it, tell me about your personal journey with the company so far.
I've been here almost a year in Oman, and it has been a great journey because I'm learning the culture of Oman. I'm learning how people think about businesses, how people think about spending, and it's very exciting to see how the economy is evolving, how people think about the businesses, how they're looking at the future. And I do understand Oman Vision of 2040 is very exciting as a journey for all the Omanis. So quite excited about being in here.
Great, lovely. All right, now straight to the company.
Yeah.
Okay, so National Finance's promise is a partner for growth.
Absolutely.
Could you tell us how this promise entails and how it is reflected in the company's operations and services?
Yeah. So to answer your question, I'll put into two buckets. One is for our retail customer, what we do for our retail customers, and the second is what we do for our SME and corporate customers. So partner for growth for a retail customer is that whenever he needs funding for his personal need, it could be for a consumer durable, buying electronic products, it could be for buying a small car or moving on in life from smaller car to bigger car, we are always there to help him, support him. The other key factor in the economy are the SME customers. They are people who are building up their business over a period of time. And obviously, banks do shy away from lending to SME customers at the early stage. We are the people who will go and give them a hand and take him up. So that's what we do with SME customers. And of course, there are corporates who are not really large corporates which go to the bank, but there are other corporates who are there who are mid-sized corporates. They do need funding, or they need working capital, or they have some short-term requirements. We are always there to support them. Now, apart from that, the growth journey comes in terms of creating employment. As we are growing bigger, we are creating employment for people in Oman. The number of people who work for us is almost close to 370 people who work for us. And of course, when we grow, we also go and open new branches, which actually means we are using more real estate. Again, it adds to the economic growth for the country. So that's why we always say that National Finance, being the largest NBFC in the country, has a lot of work apart from just being a finance company giving loans. And those are some of the things that we aspire, drive through our journey.
You're part of the entire ecosystem,
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. We are part of the ecosystem, sustaining and maintaining and taking forward.
Right. Okay, so we all know customer needs are constantly changing. So how do you stay ahead of it, and how do you keep innovating to deliver new solutions?
So for us, if you look at it, we got a history of almost 37 years in this country. And as the needs are changing for the customer, we are also innovating, we are also changing. Like some of the things that we now introduce is people want fancy gadgets. So we started financing electronic products. We have gone and tied up with Omantel to finance handsets for customers. They would like to have the latest phones. They like to have latest gadgets like
phones
a TV.
Are very popular.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And so that's there. And then there's another segment of the customer who want to buy their first car, and they are really young, but we do look at it as to what is that he can afford. We do a kind of budget analysis for him and tell him that, okay, you make 500 Omani Riyal, this is the kind of car you can take, we're going to finance you for that. That's what we do. And of course, there are aspirational customers. As people move up in their life, whether it's in a job, it's in a salary job, or in the business, they do need a better car and different car. We do provide financing for higher end cars also to the customer. Apart from that, the time that people have is limited today. They don't like the traditional ways of, going to branches or, spending too much time filling in applications or, going around finding out where is the branch. So what we have done is, one, we have created infrastructure of 23 branches across the country, which is convenient and closer to a lot of our customers. Second, we give them website option. They can apply for a loan on a website. They can apply through a mobile app. Apart from that, when they have to pay us back, they obviously they can give to the postage checks, which is standard thing. But if they are not able to do that, there is a direct payment facility through the mobile phone. They can send the money to us immediately as and when they have the money. If they want to go to our branch and the cashier has a queue, we have kiosk. They can just use the kiosk, self-help kiosk. It tells them everything what they need to do. Even they can deposit cash. So we are constantly innovating and making sure that things get easy for the customer. He doesn't have to go through the long traditional processes. And that's what we continuously endeavor for.
Right. So in terms of technology and digital transformation, what else is National Finance doing that is different from the rest?
So if you say what we are doing today, being the largest, we have to be the first ones to move. Now, you're aware that in Oman, even today, people give postage checks for the loans that they take. Now, that's a very cumbersome process because you as a customer need to go to bank, take 60 checks or 48 checks, depending on the loan that you have, and then fill each of the check and come to the branch, give it to the branch. The branch has a manual process of putting it as per the dates, and all that is really, really cumbersome, both for customer and for us. CBO has now come up with the direct debit facility, which is going to be operational very soon. We are the first ones who have taken the lead. We already put our backend in shape and the process is all set. The day it starts, we are the first ones to take direct debit from customers. So that makes their life easy. Apart from that, in terms of internal processes that we have reduced the paperwork that we used to do big time. All our processes now are going through mail or they get processed centrally. People are not printing paper and going to get things signed or those kind of things. So we are constantly changing that. Other thing that we are doing is that, like I was telling you, our tie-up with Omantel also, we are giving a process where customer just walks into the store, digitally scans his documents, everything gets automatically approved. So we have developed application scorecards where small ticket size loans are getting underwritten automatically. We don't have human intervention. Right. So that's something which we are always doing. And innovation for us doesn't stop. It's something which is in our blood. We do it every day. Every morning when we have discussions, we are thinking how we can improve life for customer by making it digitally really more comfortable for him. So that's what we do every time.
Right. And as you mentioned, innovation is at the core of everything that you do.
Absolutely.
How does that translate for corporate finance solutions?
So even for corporate finance in terms of how the one is their needs. They have different needs at different time. So we have designed a process where we can actually set up a limit for them and they are free to take money as and when they need. That's one thing. Secondly, we are looking at a process of digitally putting a hypothecation on the things that you are buying. Suppose he's buying a crusher or he's buying a big machine for road construction. We are there to finance him. Those are some of the things that we are constantly doing. Other things we are also now working on is that as a corporate today, you give us a bank statement which is printed or you send us a PDF. We are saying, can you directly send it to us and we can assess it online rather than doing to the traditional process of doing it manually. So those are kind of things we are doing to help our corporate customers also.
Lovely. Corporate fixed deposits represent a lucrative investment opportunity that National Finance offers its corporate clientele. Could you elaborate on the benefits this offering provides to corporations?
So corporate deposit is for people or companies who have surplus cash. And the good thing is there's a huge support from CBO also. Today we can take corporate deposit from our customers for 3 months also and right up to 60 months. That's a flexibility. We can start from 5,000 Omani Riyal right up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 million, whatever a customer wants to give. The rates are good. On an average, people make around 5 to 6.5% on the corporate deposit that they give us. They have flexibility. Suppose you have corporate deposit, but you know on this particular date, you have some expense which is coming up. So we give the flexibility of giving interest to the customer on a monthly basis quarterly basis, half yearly, annually, whatever the customer wants. And that's something good about us. Secondly, we are very, very flexible when it comes to customer coming and saying, I want to withdraw the money. We help him withdraw it immediately. Third is, now the customer has given us a corporate deposit, but he suddenly needs, suppose he's given us a 2 million corporate deposit. Now suddenly he needs 1 million, but it's not really for a long term. It's only like 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Now, typically, if he goes to, say, a bank or somebody, he'll have to break that corporate deposit and lose the interest. What flexibility we give is, we will give him a line against that. So customer can take that line, use that for his business, and whenever he has the money, he can return it back to us. So that's kind of thing that we give as a flexibility to customer. Other thing is, for corporate deposits, again, the branch network helps because obviously Oman is a large country. There are people in Salalah to Muscat, and if there are corporates which want to give us corporate deposit, you can just walk into our branch and give us give corporate deposits.
And they're all at strategic locations.
They are all strategic locations. We are right in the business centers, like wherever we are. So that's how it works for us.
Right. Yeah. So let's talk about SMEs.
Yeah.
SMEs, they form the backbone of the economy.
Absolutely.
And National Finance, I've seen you've been very active with your SME collaborations. You've been at the forefront of it all.
Absolutely.
Why is this so important to the company?
SME, actually, if you look at it, globally is backbone for every economy. And as far as we are concerned at National Finance, we have learned over a period of last 37 years that supporting the SME is the biggest thing that we can do. Apart from the benefit it has for the economy, for the customer, for us, we have mastered the art of understanding SME customer. And when I say mastered the art of SME customer, we, through years of experience, have learned, okay, this particular business will give this kind of cash flow to the customer. This is the risk the customer will take when he is doing this business. We are able to educate him. We are able to be with him in his journey. Plus, as he grows, we are with him. To give you a very, very simple example, we had a SME customer who started rent-a-car business with 2 cars financed by us. Today he has a fleet of 150 cars. And he still comes to us because he just loves the way we treat him. Because we always treat our customer the way we want to be treated when we go to any financial institution. So I think that's the differentiation. We are there in his journey over a period of time. Whatever he wants to do, we are there. We do provide him working capital. We do provide him financing for fixed machinery or fixed vehicle or whatever he wants. Sorry, not a fixed vehicle, but any vehicle that he wants to use, like a crusher, or he wants to buy a road roller, those kind of things. We are always there to fund him.
Yeah.
So that is there. Plus, we also gave him flexibility once or twice. Suppose he's not able to honor his commitment as far as his payment is concerned. We gave him an option that through his mobile app, he can stop one payment for that particular month, but obviously he has to make sure that he pays next month because that's important for his own credit history. But that is also kind of flexibility we provide. So he really doesn't need to write a letter saying that I'm going through this problem, I won't be able to pay. He just goes to the mobile phone and says, please put a stop payment for my check this month because of certain crisis that we have. That's what we always doing and aspire to do and help our customers. And if you see, some of our SME customers really become large corporates too. And thanks to us, we were always there with the customer.
You were part of the journey.
We are part of the journey, yeah. So we just love our SME customer, if I have to put it that way. And I surely know that all your viewers know, you know that during COVID time, SME were the people who went through the toughest patch.
Okay.
And we were there with him through the journey. We did not put crazy kind of pressure on him to pay back our money, or we're not going and just grabbing the asset and selling it in the market. We were there. We gave him a long gestation period to repay. Thanks to CBO, CBO also allowed us to give that kind of window to the customer. That really helped. So we have kind of a mutual respect for each other, all our customers and us. So that really helps.
I think flexibility is so important
Absolutely.
for SMEs. It's one of those top priorities.
Absolutely.
And I think along with just being flexible, you've been compassionate.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you put that human element to it.
Absolutely, yeah. That's I think what differentiates us from most of the other companies.
Amazing. All right, sustainability.
Yeah.
It's a buzzword in the industry
Absolutely,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
What are the sustainable practices that National Finance has taken?
So, if you ask me, sustainability for us, I would put it into two buckets. One is what happens internally and what happens externally. So, when it comes to internal sustainability, we have made sure that we reduce the paper that we use in the office. There are a lot of processes, like I was just telling you, we have automated. Two, we discourage people from printing. Everywhere we'll put notice saying that don't print if not required. Uh, Third, in terms of using plastic, we try and avoid plastic bottles. Like you'll always see us trying and use glass bottles or those kind of things that we do.
It's also a better option to
Absolutely, better.
for the body too.
Yeah, and apart from that, we encourage people to be disciplined about switching off light when they go out, and people who use cabins make sure that the lights are on only when you're in the cabin. All those kind of things we drive,
Right.
and obviously it comes to making sure the technology that we do is working towards sustainability. So the servers that we use are more efficient than what we used to do. So earlier we would have 4 or 5 big servers which are there. Today we have lesser servers which are much more efficient. They are energy efficient. They are much faster. That really helps us a lot. So that's what we do as far as internally is concerned. Externally, of course, we do a lot of projects in terms of helping the environment. We do have projects where people go and clean the beaches. We'll go and help customers who are going for a green initiatives, like customer wants to replace a machine which is old with a more efficient machine, which is less fuel consuming. We do that. People who want to buy electric cars, we are the first ones to be there to finance. So those are the kind of things that we are encouraging, and it is a journey on which we are, and I think we'll continue to be on that much longer.
A good corporate citizen.
Of course, we are.
Which brings me to my next question.
Yeah.
It's the Imtidad, the CSR arm of National Finance.
Yes.
I've seen it in the news quite a bit.
Absolutely.
Tell me about it, and how does the company aim to inspire change and drive betterment in our country through the initiatives that Imtidad takes on?
So, CSR is something which we not only do it as individuals, but as a corporate, and we do understand how it impacts the society. So what we have done is we have gone and tied up with various institutions like Dar Alta to help people, and it could mean that we could be helping people with food. It could mean that we are helping people with special needs, giving them some special needs of special instrument which they need. Third is that we have tie-up with different organizations which improve the skill sets of people. Like somebody wants to go and do something in agriculture, we are teaching them how to do agriculture. We are teaching them the basics in terms of how they can do. We are also helping women in terms of starting their own businesses. So those are things that we are constantly doing. And for us, if we do CSR, it is owned by the employees. They feel as it's something which they're doing for themselves, for their own conscience, and it comes naturally to them. I think that's a culture that we have driven across the organization. And it's very interesting. I worked so many years in different organizations. This is an organization where the board really gets involved in asking us questions as to what have you done in CSR. And it's very interesting. They want to know how much projects we did, how many people we helped, how is it going now, do we need extra funds. So that's a commitment of the company, and that's something which is unique about us.
I think all the employees embrace that aspect also.
Absolutely. That's something which people just do it.
Yeah. Final question.
Yeah.
What is the plan forward for National Finance? How do you plan on addressing challenges and even leveraging on opportunities?
So if you look at the whole ecosystem, and if you look at the whole world today, the world has become very dynamic. It is changing every day. And when I say changing every day, it's in terms of technology, people behavior, how the global economy looks at you, what is happening to the economy independently, what is happening to oil prices. It's very, very dynamic. So one of the things that we do at National Finance is we look at external environment, we look at internal environment, we keep changing our priorities, and we make sure that we keep that consistent track record of being the leader in the industry. Now, I'll split it in two aspects again. One is, what are we doing today to be future ready? So today, like I spoke to you, we work very closely with the government institutions whenever they are coming up with new ideas or new ways of automating. To give you an example, we are getting into automated eKYC. So today what happens is you need to come to a branch for physically when you are taking a loan, because we need to meet you. What we are saying is we'll automate the whole process. We can do it digitally with you. Second is, today when you come, you give us a card, somebody's entering it, we are automating that process. You just give us a card, we punch it, and information gets captured. Third is the earlier process, whenever you wanted to get the mulkiya for your car, the hypothecation is used to a manual process. You have to go to ROP. Then when you have to remove the lien, we again have to go to ROP. That all process is getting automated. And thanks to government, the government is really pushing digital initiatives. That is happening. I spoke about direct debits, where we are saying it's going to be a huge game changer when it comes. So those are things that we are doing. And a lot of processes, like today, we don't have pre-printed agreements which are there. We have all digital agreements. We are moving to a stage where even those agreements people don't need to sign physically. We are automating that process. So that means less paper for us. Across the branches, we have now move things to automation, in the sense that small loans don't go through a manual intervention. It just gets done automatically. There's no human intervention, which actually is irritant for the customer. So those are aspects as to how we are looking at our journey, how we are changing. The other aspect is our customers are also changing. Our customers are much younger, they are much swifter, they don't want to waste their time coming to a branch, waiting in a queue, talking to 10 people. They want to do everything digitally. So what we have done is we have our digital apps where you can apply for a loan, you can pay the money on the app, and if you want to go to, if you are having cash, you can go to the nearest kiosk of our branch, put money there, and you're done. And and like I told you, like the younger guys, suppose they might start with the basic telephone. We are funding him that. As he moves up in his career, he needs a house. We are tied up with Danube for financing the furniture. We have tied up with electronic stores where he can go and get financing for electronic equipment. Obviously, his next need is a car. We have financing for his car. We have old car, new car. So maybe he starts with a small old car. But as he moves up, there is a financing option available to you. And when he becomes a corporate, we have a fixed deposit for him. So look at how we are tying up the whole journey for the customer. In the long run, there is everything that we are offering to the customer. And I think all this is possible because the vision which the board drives for us, the governance that we have, like almost 70% of our directors are independent directors. So that push for change, investing in technology, gets driven very aggressively at National Finance. So that's what we do every day. Yeah.
Wow, lovely. So just to summarize, why choose National Finance in a line or two?
National Finance, because we are stable like a rock. We are there wherever we want. We got 23 branches across the country. We are the most advanced in technology when it comes to taking care of your loans, your aspirations for moving up in career. And of course, if you want employment, we are there because we are hiring, we are always growing, we hire a lot of people. And lastly, we got a profit track record for so many years. So if you want to give fixed deposit to us, you know that this is a stable company which people like. And of course, the human side of us is, of course, about the CSR that I spoke to you about. It's about how we helped our customer during the COVID time. Third is how we are helping an SME customer to move up in the life, how we help customer to go over some temporary cash crunch that they have. Like I told you, they can stop payment sometime if they want, if they're going through that. So that's something that we are doing. And of course, the branch network, the people are trained to empathize with the customer, understand his need, what is happening, and help him. So that's what we are doing every day, and that's why we say we are the number one in the country, and we continue to be number one. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Mr. Makkar, for
you.
sharing all that with us. And congratulations on all your achievements. All the very best. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
That was TTV. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching.